Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now today Black Ops 4 updated and there was the update 1.12. This is January 29th for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. In today's video we're going to cover everything you guys need to know about that, the important stuff that changed in this update, and also a lot of people are having some complaints about this update, lack of content, or some people are saying they're putting too much focus into Blackout, some people are saying different stuff around it, but we're going to cover it and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, that'd be absolutely incredible. Let's go for 2,000 likes. You guys usually show these patch note videos a lot of love, so I'd very much appreciate that. If we could hit 2,000 likes, that'd be incredible. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed, and let's get right into it. So Treyarch has released the latest patch update for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This patch update is version 1.12 and the update is 6.94 gigabytes on PS4 and 7.4 gigabytes on Xbox One. So this patch update brings the previously mentioned tuning changes to Blackout, classic weapons, and a new gauntlet in Zombies, the start of the new camo progression system for Blackout with full rollout of the feature to come throughout the week, new multiplayer featured mode, and more. In Blackout there are changes to armor, concussion grenades, and more, alongside a new featured playlist called Ambush for Blackout on PlayStation 4. For multiplayer, Blackjack Gun Game has returned as the featured playlist, this time with the cap 45 included. So let's get more in depth. That's basically the original sort of thing that they put out from Treyarch. But when we get more into this, we can talk more about what is actually changing. So from if we break it down and we go right into the actual patch notes here and talk about multiplayer. Let's start off with we'll start off with a quick thing about Blackout, which is the fact that we'll start off with a quick thing about Blackout, the summary, and then we'll get into the multiplayer stuff. So Blackout limited time mode, Ambush, weapons limited to sniper rifles, melee attacks, and launchers only. So snipers are gonna absolutely, and noob tubers, I guess, or launcher players, are gonna absolutely love this game mode. Circle constantly advances with no delays between collapses. So similar to something that I believe they had this game mode in Fortnite before, like where the circle would just constantly move. I forget what it was called. If someone remembers what it was called in Fortnite, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys didn't know, I have a Fortnite channel, The Goblin, on YouTube. Check that out. Anyway, let's get into the summary. Blackjack's Gun Game added as a featured playlist in multiplayer. Hardcore Mosh Pit, Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, which is a really liked one, Mercenary Capture Mosh Pit, and Safeguard added to the featured category in multiplayer. Tuning adjustments for Armor, Concussion Grenade, and Cluster Grenade in Blackout. We'll get more in depth into that in a second. Classic and loot weapons added to the Mystery Box in Zombies. Armory support for classic and loot weapons added in Zombies. Barbarian special event continues on PS4, live today on Xbox One and PC. So of course, because those events come early to PS4, it's still live on PS4, but it's live now on those other consoles, Xbox One and then PC, of course. Ambush limited time mode in Blackout PS4, and then the new IX Gauntlet in Zombies, Veni Vidi Zombie in PS4, and various gameplay improvements and crash fixes across multiplayer, Blackout, and Zombies. So when we get right into it, multiplayer, we covered a little bit around the game modes, different things like that. As far as specialist, most of the changes around specialist and gear and everything around basically balancing changes, there really isn't much, and it's basically just bug fixes and fixing this glitch there, but there's no actual balance changes for the weapons, which is kind of weird because one of the Treyarch devs confirmed that a weapon balancing pass for Black Ops 4 multiplayer was in the works, and this was on January 25th. He tweeted out and basically confirmed that there was one in the works, but of course there was no set timeline on that, so obviously that update wasn't ready, and this seems like a timeline of things that are happening with Black Ops 4, with this not being ready. Once again, League Play, which I believe was promised in like early 2019, then it was promised to be at the end of January. Now I think they've delayed it to mid-February. There's no League Play in this thing, and the CWL did also make some major changes to basically competitive and how that works, because they're going more into that. And honestly, around League Play, the facts are that it really doesn't make sense, because if they really, it's a 3-year life cycle, they've had so long to develop this game, it really doesn't make too much sense around why it's taking so long. But I guess it's because they want the League Play to be perfect, and they want the League Play to fit in and all that sort of stuff, blah blah blah. So that's sort of it for multiplayer. Nothing too exciting as far as that. The big changes in this one are in Blackout. Armor, a bunch of changes to the armor. Level 1 armor damage protection reduced from 30% to 15%. Level 2 armor damage protection reduced from 40% to 25%, and level 3 reduced from 50% to 35%. So a 15% nerf to the protection you pretty much get from all of those different armors. They also removed explosive damage resistance from level 3 armor. They removed the melee weapon damage resistance from level 3 armor, and they increased the armor plates required to repair a single durability pip of level 3 armor from 1 to 2. So this does make sense. I believe people have been... What's crazy is that when did these blackout armor changes happen? Maybe in like November, maybe early December, and just now they're doing the follow-up to it, and this is like the main complaints. That's definitely a very, very good update to that. But as far as people that played Blackout, and I'm not the biggest Blackout player, but I did play it enough to know that the armor changes were good, but this is probably good changes to it as well, because it was a little bit just ridiculous how good, and how if you had armor plates and you found a level 2 or 3, you were good to go for pretty much the whole match. Anyway, concussion grenades have been nerfed quite a bit, reduced the status effect duration, reduced the area of effect radius, reduced the throw distance, reduced opacity of the white flash when initially concussed. When concussed, players can now use equipment, continue holding equipment, perform melee attacks, and switch weapons. Reduced hipfire spread while concussed. With the cluster grenade, increased time to detonate after impact, reduced damage of mini cluster grenade explosion. So some good tuning changes for Blackout. As far as when we're going to get more weapon changes into multiplayer and different things like that, it looks like that'll come in a future patch or something different around that. With zombies, classic and loot weapons, the MP40, the Grab, the Daemon 3XP, the SWAT, the Cap 45 weapons have been added to the mystery box on all maps, and the rest of it is pretty much all around zombies. Changes are, the majority of these patch updates are just around fixing bugs, glitches, and things like that, and that's what I have as far as those patch updates with that. Now when it comes to talking about what actually happened with the Call of Duty World League, they did some restrictions. 6 of them are for specialists and 2 of them are for score streaks, basically just restricting certain things around the CWL rule set. That's more for competitive players. And what else they're doing is they're debuting this new Pro Series Mosh Pit. So to get everyone prepped for league play, until then, we're planning to launch a limited time Pro Series Mosh Pit public match playlist later this week, where all players use the updated competitive rule set. Restrictions on specialists, maps, modes, weapons, equipment, attachments, perks, score streaks, wildcards, and gear will reflect the rules governing league play. It's just the perfect time to set up your favorite new competitive classes before our first league play event kicks off. Because this is a playlist for public matches and not part of World League Hub, it will use public matchmaking rules. It will be unranked, will not support skill-based matchmaking, and will allow players to join matches in progress. So they're basically giving us a sort of knockoff makeshift league play until whenever league play actually comes out, which what I've heard, and now the rumors are sometime in February. I don't know if they even announced that or if that's true. That's just the rumors I've been hearing around the community and on Twitter, because let's be honest, this update, it's pretty good for Blackout, and there's some decent stuff for zombies. Multiplayer didn't really get too much if you're on the PS4. If you're on Xbox One or PC, you will enjoy this update because you're getting all the content stuff that PS4 got last week. But we really need to talk about it, and a lot of people are really talking and speaking up about the fact that it feels like Blackout is getting way more updates than multiplayer, and it's weird because this game got off to such a banger start. Like over the first month or two, the amount of just snap balance changes and making the game better on a consistent weekly, if not like twice a week, or like, you know, weekly or every second week basis, twice a month basis, was happening in this game. And it seemed like, I don't know if it was just after the holidays, everything slowed down, but I think this game does need more updates for multiplayer, and it really just is an update like this. It's like, there's the patch notes, I gave them to you guys, I talk about everything, but it's so underwhelming, especially when it's not like we're waiting for the game to be saved. The game's not in a horrible state right now. It's very playable, it's very fun across pretty much all the modes. I don't really do zombies too much, but Blackout is in a good spot, especially after this update. This update is good and pretty considerable or sizable, I guess you could say, for Blackout, and for Xbox One and PC people getting the black market and DLC content. But other than that, there's no weapon updates, anything like that. It looks like we're still going to be waiting. And my thing is, I've been saying this for like the whole year since this game came out, or the whole life cycle since it came out, is that this core game is good, and it's gonna, how good this game, how far it goes and how good it actually ends up doing in the scale and the longevity and everything depends on how consistently they provide content and available content for this game, which which they haven't been doing at a very consistent rate so far, and how good the updates are. And it seems like when an update, you know, you have an update hyped up and it just kind of ends up being disappointing. At least they could have added some new content, some mastercrafts. Like, you know, I just think more content is key, and that's what we really want to see from this game, because there's people that play this game all the time. Of course, there's an active player base on this. People want content and different stuff like that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. That's all the patch notes as of right now. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I think hopefully the next patch notes will have more stuff for multiplayer, more better changes for that. But this was laying a lot of groundwork and of course covering Blackout. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.